We're outfitters.
Outfitters.
That's what we do.
Yeah?
Yep.
No doubt. But what they do
What they do
is a call
is a call
to action. We're able to wear our camo.
because they were there.
We love what we do.
What we do,
But we honor
what they do. We're Deer Thugs.
Deer Thugs.
Deer Thugs. Today's
Hunters united for good.
we're Deer Thugs.
Deer Thugs.
Deer Thugs.
Are you?
Are you? Are you?
Mossy Oaks Deer Thugs is brought to you by Walmart. Be sure to look for your Deer Thug gear. Every sale supports the Outdoor Recreation Heritage Fund. Be a hero. Thank a hero.
Section 1, question 7.
How often do you check your trail cameras?
Depends on where the trail camera's at.
Kevin Burleson, heart of Texas bow hunting.
If it's on a water trough in our part of the world that we drive by daily, you can check it daily. If you have a trail camera set up deep in the woods close to bedding area, you might not want to check it once a week. You don't want to get in there and run deer out. Checking your trail cameras is going to be, related to where you have that. Feed fields, you can check pretty often. You don't want to constantly bust deer out of areas that you're going to possibly be hunting. So obviously you're going to want to check those trail cameras when the deer aren't going to be near them. And so a lot of that is going to vary, but anywhere from every day to every week or two. So depending on where it's at.
Well, we're here at a very, very special place in Northeast Florida called the D-Dot Ranch, and we came down to honor and pay back some truly great American patriots who served our country in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Lieutenant Colonel retired Lou Dill came to me, which is a good friend of General West, and said he needed help finding some guys to come down here and hunt, and that it was a great time.
I was in the Marine Corps for 3.5 years, and on May 24th of 2010, I stepped on an improvised explosive device, lost my right leg above the knee, my right thumb, and some other shrapnel and burn wounds.
Well, I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps as an infantryman. After a couple months, I started getting blown up on a regular basis by several IEDs and RPGs, and was left with a traumatic brain injury that ultimately ended my career. Any opportunity I get to go out and go shoot with my brothers, I'm always more than willing to do that.
In 2010, as an EOD tech, I deployed to Afghanistan. While I was in Afghanistan, I worked about 79 IEDs, and unfortunately, my 80th IED I actually didn't find, and it blew up underneath me. It took both my legs off above the knee and landed me at Walter Reed for recovery. So General West and our pilot Mel got us down here Tuesday afternoon.
Mossy Oaks Deer Thugs is brought to you by Ram Truck Brand, Quaker Boy, Weaver Optics, Precision Shooting Equipment, Mossberg, Mossy Oak Native Nurseries, and by Mossy Oak Brand Camo.
Section 1, question 7.
How often do you check your trail cameras?
Trail cameras are a great asset to my job. I mean, they make my job so much easier.
Justin Akins, Canadian River Hilton.
But if you go in there every day to check your trail cameras, it's no different than you going in there and leaving your scent scouted every day. You want to check your trail cameras as less often as you can, but often enough to get the information that you need to be successful. But when I do check my trail cameras, if I'm getting the most activity in the mornings, I'm going to make sure I go in there later in the day. So after you've ran your trail camera for a while, use the information that you get off of it to determine when you check them and how often. If it's a real active spot and you're really trying to get this big buck nailed down, you might go in there a little more often, but make sure you go in there as far away from the times that he's in there that you can. So be smart with the information you get from your trail cameras and use that to determine how often you check them.
I got invited to come down to northern Florida, hunt with Keith Kelly on his place down here that he's running, the D-Dot ranch. The most important part of it was, getting to come down here and help out with the wounded veterans projects that they're associated with.
We came out that first afternoon and got in something called a hunt master, which is basically a hunting blind that lifts up in the air hydraulically about 20 feet in the air. It's really good for guys who are handicapped or in a wheelchair.
So we're at D-Dot in northeastern Florida. It's a beautiful place. They got a lot of land out here. We're sitting in the middle of a crossroad with actually like 4 or 5 different lanes going in all directions, so we have no idea where those deer can pop in from. But we're gonna sit back, take it all in, and hope something big shows up.
As soon as we got up in the air, we had a doe and a fawn come out behind us. And they pretty much hung around all evening.
Bow Thug with Blake Shelby.
All right, Blake, constant debate. Now, heavier arrow for penetration, lighter arrow for speed. Which is best for hunting now?
You're going to get me in the middle of that. You know, it really is a big debate, and there's good arguments on both sides. A lot of people go kinetic energy, that's mass times velocity squared. That means that the velocity is really important. But if you calculate momentum, which I really think is the most important, it's just mass times velocity. So it really, what I tell people, stay kind of in the middle. Don't go to one extreme or the other. If you go too light, you're not going to get good penetration and you're going to potentially have bow problems because it's harder on your equipment. But if you go too heavy, you're going to have tremendous pin gap. It's going to be hard to judge distance and it can create a lot of problems. So I say stay somewhere between 350 and 400 grains. My total arrow setup is about 386 grains, and I think that's a real good combination with today's bows.
Yeah. Well, bottom line is if you find something that works, stay with it and don't change on it, right?
Exactly, and to be honest, as fast as bows are today, you know, we get pretty deadgum good penetration. And on whitetail deer, it's really not something you have to worry a whole lot about.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good stuff.
Bow Thug is brought to you by PSE, Experience Performance.
The later it got, more stuff we started seeing. We had a few does filter through, several does, several yearlings. But we just didn't have the opportunity that we wanted to on the deer we wanted to. So, but anyway, it was still neat. Got to visit a little bit in there, interact with Johnny some.
Well, it's such a cool program for sure. Oh, definitely to bring guys out here. I mean, the fact that you're using a gun is a little bit, you know, familiar, but hunting is just a sport, you know, and it is a great time. Anything to get into the world, you know, get yourself in another place. Exactly. But, I think that means a lot to us. A whole lot. Absolutely.
Got back into the lodge after our evening hunt. Come to find out, one of the guys had taken a very nice buck. And, you know, it's all of a sudden now is a competition, which is always nice. But afternoon hunt, second day, go to a new spot.
Just as the sun started to go down, we had a doe and a fawn come out.
Oh, here we go.
Come, yeah. It's not like a big old flat doe. Is that doe in the forest? Yeah. You know, we ain't got 3 or 4 minutes left of light. You want to go ahead and take her? Should I? I think you should, yeah. Okay.
So we went ahead and decided to take a doe.
Yes, you went straight there. Drop it in there. There you go. Good job, man. Yes, you went straight there.
We got a good shot on her at about 80 yards, dropped her where she's at.
Like I said, doe management is all part of the process too. You got to have these gone too.
Yes, sir.
They're all going to be thinned out. Tell you what, that's like I said, a good one to take out. See, it's all fat, sassy, healthy. Go back, tell the story around camp, huh?
Yes, sir.
Enough said. End of hunt, second day. Big, beautiful doe to show for it. Get back in, come to find out the Eli had nailed a beautiful little 8-point deer that now the kind of up the ante on Johnny's hunt.
Section 2.
Question 5.
How many days does it take for a deer to get used to a ground blind?
Week.
Depends on where you at, though.
You gotta do it one word, Brad.
When you set it up right, it doesn't take any time.
14.
7. 1 week.
Mossy Oaks Deer Thugs is brought to you by Lethal, Sheffield Financial, Ozonics, Charlie O Products. Come here, dear. Schwacker Broadheads. And by Mossy Oak Brand Camo.
Section 1, question 7.
How often do you check your trail cameras?
Check trail cameras, depends on the area, but basically once every week or every 2 weeks.
Charlie O'Brien, the Catch-22 Ranch.
I think it's very important to stay out of there. I know there's a lot of people who will actually go up there and check their cameras every day. And when you do that, I think you definitely, the human scent element plays a big factor in those deer coming back. So I think the more you can stay out of it, if you can get a camera up there that has good battery life and takes a lot of pictures, you know, if you can stay out of there, you know, every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're better off, I think, as far as getting actually a true idea of what's actually in the area.
So at this point, Ryan had gotten an 8-point, Eli got an 8-point, the general got a hog. We're just trying to get me a deer.
Keith just put us in a blind out here. Just the morning, December 6th. It's our last hunt. We had a little rain come through last night. Kind of drizzly, sprinkling this morning. We're hoping that change is going to kick us something off for us. Any kind of something different. Let's sit back, get quiet, and hope something comes out. All right.
And sure enough, shortly after daylight, here comes a buck in there.
There comes a deer. Oh, yeah. Nice, pretty. It's real pretty. It's nice. That's a shooter.
And it was a beautiful deer and beautiful shot. And so we went ahead and took that deer.
Oh, yeah. You dropped it. Yeah, right now. Good shot. Oh, he just pulled himself off. Yeah. Get more. Nice. All right. I feel like it's a good shot. Good job.
To actually see one out in the wild and get a chance to take one was great. It was an awesome experience.
Look at that deer. Check it out. Oh, yeah. Golly.
Look at the mass on him.
I know, I see that.
Beautiful color on that.
That is just too cool. Well, you know what we need to do? We need to get him loaded up and take him back and
I need to go show him off a little bit, yeah.
Betcha. Listen, congratulations, Bob.
Thank you.
It was a great job. Great job. I really enjoyed being with you when you did it.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
To get out here for a few days and let time slow down and enjoy nature and see, you know, there's a lot of things we can still do, including getting out and harvesting animals, is wonderful. It's absolutely a breath of fresh air for us. This would be something that we'll cherish from now on.
Mossy Oaks Deer Thugs is brought to you by Walmart.
You know, a lot of hunters hunt their whole life for that shot of a lifetime, only to blow it because of nerves or buck fever. We all experience buck fever to a degree. It's how we handle it that separates the misses from the good shots. One of the best ways to make yourself concentrate when the shot is offered is to pick a spot. Some hunters see deer in their sights while others may see certain areas to aim. By concentrating on a small puff of hair or a certain small area, you can make yourself slow down, place your arrow or bullet more accurately. Don't settle for placing your crosshairs or pins in the general area. Pick a smaller spot and focus on that and that alone. All of us get a case of the nerves when it comes time to make the shot. So the more you hunt, the more you'll learn to deal with pressure or buck fever. So next time, just remember, pick a spot.
Save money, live better. Walmart.
The Marines have left. We've got a couple of days to hunt myself out here. Elected to pick up a Mossberg for the evening hunt. See if it could expand our possibilities.
December 7th afternoon. We got a little bit of weather change, a little cooler this afternoon. Cloud cover all day. We had a pretty slow morning. Anyway, we got several lanes to watch. We're hoping something moves with this little bit of weather change. It looks fantastic. This is great looking stuff up here. I'm excited to be in this stand for sure. This is cool.
At, 3:45, 4 o'clock, we've got our first encounter. We've got a unique buck pop in, one rack buck, a half rack buck that had a double main beam look to him. More mature deer, 3 or 4 year old deer, come up there and.
Oh, he's only got one side. It looks like a mature body buck. It's a shame he's broke off.
We're watching him for a little while, all of a sudden I look up and in pops a big bodied bruiser buck.
There's a deer, there's a buck.
Section 1, question 7.
How often do you check your trail cameras?
Pre-season, I check my trail cameras once to twice a week.
Brett Law, Union Springs, Alabama.
Change batteries, pull cards, relocate them or whatnot. However, once the season begins, I check them daily because I'm in the woods anyway. I'll do this while on the way to or from a stand, or I'll do it midday. This gives me the MRI I need to strike while the iron is hot. And just in case you're wondering, MRI is most recent information.
Boy, he just popped out of nowhere right there. That's a big old mature buck right there. He ain't got a whole lot of headgear, but man, that's a big old mature buck. Oh, here he goes, here he goes. He's gonna get right. You got him, right at the back of that lane. Oh, listen, listen, listen. Crash, 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 and stop. I think we got him.
Felt like he crashed and fell. Didn't look like there was any open ground that he could have got into to be quiet on, so we felt pretty good about it.
Yeah, listen, I appreciate it, man. You got a great place, beautiful place, lots of goddamn animals. Man, this is too cool.
Well, I tell you, coming down helping with the wounded veterans hunting, that was just an honor for them, an honor for us.
Well, honor for me for sure. I appreciate it all, man, sure enough, and I hope we can return the favor at my place sometime.
Well, we'll do that. We'll figure out how to do that.
Well, let's find a way to get him out of here.
Sounds good. We got the golf cart. We'll bring it in here.
Good deal.
Help us out.
We are just giving back a little bitty part of our appreciation to these guys and trying to help them forget some of the bad stuff in their life and open up a new world of some very, very good stuff. Every time we do one of these things, it's an extremely memorable experience. It's absolutely outstanding stuff, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Call Thug with Ernie Calandrelli.
Ernie, how long do you actually rattle in sequence?
Well, it depends on the situation. Some tacks,
you know, I might just tinkle them together a little bit, get that bag and just do a little bit of stuff, or sometimes I may want to create an all-out war, you know, depending on the situation, what the weather's like, if it's dead calm, if I can see a deer, if I can't see a deer, if the wind's blowing. You know, if I want to create an all-out war, you know, I might rattle 2.5 minutes. But if it's dead calm and I just need to try to create something or get some action going, it might only be 20 or 30 seconds.
Right, and depending on where you are, you may be close to the bedding area or something, and you don't want to rattle but just a little tink or two because you don't want to spook them off and they may come in quick. And you know, sometimes they come in on stealth mode, just you don't even hear them. Other times you hear the leaves and it's time to put it down and get the bow.
And I know that's a sound we both like to hear.
Absolutely.
Call Thug is brought to you by Deer Thug Calls, powered by Quaker Boy.